Afternoon everyone, Ian from DIY Home and Gardening. 4th of November, I'm at the allotment and I thought I'd tackle some of the dahlias. So these ones behind me are looking still rather good. Nice bit of colour on there, certainly some usable flowers for home. Those ones, well, most of those have gone over. So they need a little bit of TLC lifting. So if I turn the camera around and I'll show you exactly how I look after them. As I said, it is the 4th of November. We've had a couple of little frosts, nothing too serious, and the plants you can see are still on the whole looking good. I have already pulled out some of the plants that I don't want to keep, and I've started cutting back some of the ones that I do want to keep. Now, until we get some hard frosts, these stay as they are. They stay in the ground because the plant will keep growing. There is no point in lifting the tubers at this stage of the season, not unless your ground naturally sits really wet and you've got risk of the tubers rotting. But there is value in cutting them back, cutting them down to prevent damage from stronger prevailing winds that you get this time of year, particularly, as I say, this time of year where the stems are also getting weaker as well. So weaker stems combined with stronger winds, you're going to end up with damage, potentially damage to well, sections of stem that are close to the tuber. Let me show you the one down here. So this variety here, Jack Black, has pretty significant size flowers, but you can see that where the stems are weakening and we've had the stronger winds, they're just starting to collapse down now, and if not careful then those stems will snap, potentially snap close to the tuber, which will then mean that the tuber's more at risk of succumbing to rot. So I've got to cut some of these back, and I might as well demonstrate on this one. So let me set the camera up. Okay, so this is really quite simple, and I've got a watering can also to demonstrate. So let me just get rid of this. Ordinarily, when you're cutting something back, you'll be looking to cut above a leaf joint. But a dahlia is different. Although this seems like a real waste of these flowers, it's going to serve to help show what I'm meaning. So there, dahlia has a hollow stem. So if we end up cutting within between the leaves, internodal, especially if that's like that, we're just leaving a hollow stem which can then fill with water. Let me just, so potentially we leave ourselves with this, with it rains this time of year and you end up with water filling through that stem, and the only point that it stops travelling is when you get to a leaf joint. And they're more solid. So still got a hole, but not as big, so it's not going to get all the way through, not like there. So we're there and there, and what happens, say if you cut internodal between your leaves, you end up with water sitting all the way through, eventually causing rot. If on the other hand you cut down to here, to literally on the where the leaves are forming themselves, Let me see if I can whip that off to make it easier for you. So that is solid. No hole in that at all. So you're not going to get any water penetrating down into the tuber zone itself that could cause rot. And so then you can just leave the plant happily in the ground until such time that you've had the frost, or want to dig the plant up, or indeed leave it in the ground. Makes no odds then, because it's not going to rot. Whereas this lot, yeah, so that's that piece that's where I cut it, just above the leaf stem, or within the leaf stem, nice and solid. The other end as a hole, and that's what we're dealing with, and that's why we're cutting as we do, and that is as simple as it gets. First stage, preparing the dahlias for your overwintering, or preparing them prior to lifting. Nice and simple. Get rid of your canes, little weed around if you need to, and that's it, job done. So nice and simple, cut back. See that one there's got slight hollow to it, not enough that it's going to get down, but I know that down here is going to be solid. That is solid, 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 not going to get any rot to that section, nice and safe. So that's it, nice simple video on how to do your cutting back of your dahlias for preparation leading into winter and leading into lifting of tubers. As I said, too early yet for me to be lifting the tubers. If you've got any questions, then obviously send the questions to me. I'll do my best to answer them for you. If you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that reminder button so I don't miss out on the future videos. And just, well, enjoy yourselves and enjoy the last of that dahlia colour. So, till next time, bye for now.